Hey guys, Wolvie here and welcome back to the channel. As always, the usual disclaimer, any opinion here is mine and mine alone. For this video, this is the Mortal Kombat 2 trailer. I'm going to be reacting to it. I'm also going to be reviewing it. Now, a few things to keep in mind for Mortal Kombat 2. This is in no way tied to Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat Annihilation, the two original films from the 90s. And for those of you who are wondering about Mortal Kombat Annihilation, I actually saw this in the cinema back in the day. Bit of a spoiler, shitty storyline, great fights. You're not missing anything. I actually told this to some people I know. Oh, they couldn't stop laughing. So, but like I said, shitty storyline, great fights. But anywho, so for this particular trailer, it seems that based on the snippet that you're seeing, this is on Warner Brothers, and that is Mortal Kombat. I believe this particular channel right here is the official one tied to the movies. I had to do a little bit of outside research just to make sure, so don't take it from me. But based on the snippet of the trailer, it looks like it seems to be another origin film, and this time it's on Johnny Cage. For those of you who are familiar with the video game franchise in question, a bit of a spoiler alert from the video game. So I'm not referring to this movie, but I'm referring to the video game franchise spoilers. So Johnny Cage does die within the video game series. And another one regarding Liu Kang, he also dies in the video games too at some point. I forgot which one for Johnny Cage, but I know for a fact Liu Kang dies at the opening scene of Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, so that's a video game spoiler, not movie spoiler. But anywho, so for this particular trailer, I'm going to go over what I liked, what I'm worried about, what I hope I see, that sort of thing. And whether or not I feel that this is best experience in the movie or you can stream it at home. So, before I get into the whole aspect of the trailers, the one you see in red, that will be, the link to this will be in the description below. For my Discord, for the time being, it will still be Wolvie Sandy Sisu as the handle to follow me for the time being. Let me get out of this real quick. So, and the thing is here is, again, in the US, it is rated R, which means you have to be at least 17 to see this film without an adult or guardian present. For those of you who are probably wondering about my hair, I'm undecided as to whether I'm going to resume the mohawk or let it grow back. I don't know yet. And right now, I'm thinking about doing a bit of a compromise on that, doing like a bit of like, more like a stylish-ish mohawk, if that makes any sense. But, hopefully I get to figure that out some point this month. And, I do have a few other videos. I would say maybe 3 where it's already posted. Not posted. Correction. It was filmed in July. I've yet to post it. I'm going to wait till later on this month to post them. Just to make sure I get a little more of my confidence going. So, without any further delay, we're going to do a playthrough as it is once. And then I'm going to see if my mic can pick my voice up to where we get to my reaction, if that makes any sense. So, actually, you know what, a slight correction. So, regarding the link, I'm going to go to the Mortal Kombat channel here to, for the link instead of the Warner Brothers. That's just me. So, the link to this the Mortal Kombat one, the one you're seeing below, I will have that link in the description below instead of the Warner Brothers one. That's just my personal take on that part. So, here we go. Gotta make sure volume's up.
Uno mas, thanks.
You're Johnny Cage. I loved Citizen Cage when I was a kid.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
They should do a reboot.
Nobody wants that. Shit went out in the 90s.
Johnny Cage, you have been chosen to fight.
Tell me you're not some crazy fans. How are you doing that?
Are you coming or what? Mortal Kombat. It's a fighting tournament. To the death.
Fuck that.
This is a war to the fate of your world.
You dickheads in or what? I'm not some champion. I don't have transformer arms. Or shoot lightning bolts. This shit's got nothing to do with me. I'm an actor.
I find you annoying.
Not the face.
There's a war going on outside. You can run, but you can't hide forever, ever.
It's time to become the hero you were meant to be. All right, you big ugly fuck. It's showtime. Get over here!
Only the strong survive.
Are you shitting me? You don't have any pounds? Just incredibly handsome.
Ooh. Okay, so we're recording. Okay, good. So, before I get into my reaction here, now you notice here at the bottom of my screen it says you got some characters that appear to be in the second Mortal Kombat movie, which again is coming out in October. So, from my left to right would be Kitana, Johnny Cage, Shao Kahn. I believe it's either Shinnok or Quan Chi. I know it's one of the two. And then the guy on the right is Shang Tsung. So, you definitely see at least a few of these guys in that particular trailer. So, I am going to, temporarily, because once I get done with this video, I'll put the volume of the audio on this phone right back up. So, give me a moment, and you guys are going to be seeing this live. So, got notifications, ringtone, there we go. And then, just for good measure, because I don't want this thing to be notifications. Okay, so now, what I'm going to be doing, like, I'm going to do a pretend post for this video on the channel. I'm going to have to check the audio for this following section, so that way you guys get to hear me, and not so much the whole thing here. So this is going to be the second time, and I'm going to be reacting to this. But I'm doing, like, the no audio, so that way the copyright stuff, if that makes any sense. Okay, so again, like you guys can see here, it's rated R. Okay, this is Uno Mas. Okay, this kind of gives off Mortal Kombat 11 and Mortal Kombat 1 vibes. And Mortal Kombat 1, by the way, folks, is the latest in the video game side of the franchise. That's interesting. Yeah, this definitely gives off Mortal Kombat 11, Mortal Kombat 1 vibes. And my other thing is that why, like, regarding this one in the first Mortal Kombat, for the Mortal Kombat movie from 2021, I can't help but wonder why Liu Kang's not, like, the main character in the last two movies. That's something that still baffles me to this day. Okay, and I see Shao Kahn doing his thing. Not too bad. I mean, Shao Kahn's like true to form, I should say. Okay, that's Mortal Kombat 3 and Beyond for Jax. Liu Kang, I wish there was more time for Liu Kang, because that's the true main character in the series. Baraka's a little interesting here. Okay, Katana and Jade. Okay. Not bad. I think that was one of the other ninjas. Okay, I see Sindel. Looks like Scorpion. Okay. I think there was Cole in this little trailer. Okay. I have a bizarre feeling that Cole becomes the new Scorpion. I just can't shake off that feeling. Ooh. That fatality looks nice. This is becoming more true. This is closer to the video games. That's pretty damn pleasant. Not too bad. But I have to wonder why they brought Kato back. That's kind of baffling right there. Now, some of the questions I have pertaining to that trailer. What do I like about it? What I'm concerned about, and my hopes. Now, what I really enjoyed about that trailer is that they're bringing various aspects of the fatalities that came from the games onto this big screen. That is a real treat. Now, for those of us who remember the first two Mortal Kombat video games, this is a real breath of fresh air. And something I would love to see on the big screen in person. Now, another thing is that when it comes to some of the other characters like Kitana, Shao Kahn, Shang Tsung, it's like they're more real. They're more like closer to the games, and it's something you didn't really get in the original movies. When you compare the actors for the movies to the original movies to the original video games, if that makes any sense. So it's like certain things should be like more closer to the games than in the movies from the 90s. Although I think it remains to be seen regarding like varying techniques where it's like, and doing this for emphasis is like when someone throws a punch, like when it comes to if you're filming that in Asia, and I believe specifically Hong Kong, I could very well be wrong here, but in varying Asian countries, it's like you get to see the full angle of the technique. It's just like, whereas in the Western films, it's more like that. It's like more close up, if that makes any sense. So I like the fact that we're seeing something that's closer to the games. Although I do have to really be observant when seeing the film later on this year to see be more like the Hong Kong style where it's like you get to see full blown, or if it's the Western version where it's like it's more close up. So that's one of my hopes right there. Now, another thing I really like, it's just like, with the rating, it's just like, again, it's closer to the games. And it's like the fact that, it feels a lot like an origin story, but sometimes doing an origin story on certain characters that's not Liu Kang, or even Raiden, it's like, some people may see that as a bit of a breath of fresh air because you need to know certain characters before you get into the meat and potatoes of what the franchise is really about. Which is something I was like, regarding the first Mortal Kombat, the Mortal Kombat movie from 2021. I was a little skeptical about the 2021 film being an origin story and too much on that. But I'm starting to think about it now, and I'm like, it makes a lot more sense for an origin story, because when it comes to certain characters, it's like you have to really get to know certain characters before you get to the gist of what certain franchises are really about. So it's like, it was a really good thing they focused on Scorpion, like in the 2021 film, because it's like you don't know a whole lot about Scorpion, and the movie gave some degree of insight into that character. So with Johnny Cage, it seems to be like he is the character focus for Mortal Kombat 2. It's like, And I think it makes some degree of sense. Because, you know, some people may know about some characters than others. Now, I hope that the guy who plays Johnny Cage, you know, he does that role justice. And I say this because I'm referring to Mortal Kombat Annihilation here. Granted, Johnny Cage dies very early on in Mortal Kombat Annihilation. But just like the person who portrayed him, granted it was brave, it's just like it rubbed me off the wrong way. So I honestly hope the person who plays Johnny Cage in this one does a better job. That's my hopes. Now, my worry here is, again, like I said, it is evolving around the whole origin film aspect. But the worry within that is, how do I want to say this without it being too wordy? But anywho, so worry I have is, very little of the trailer makes the final cut. Now, I say this in all honesty because if you look at trailers for any movie, you have to wonder, excuse me, how much of that trailer makes the final cut. And if a decent chunk of the trailer does not make the final cut, is the movie worth seeing? Will the viewers be misled? So that's my only worry right there, but it's the hugest worry of the bunch. Now, regarding the whole aspect of the fatalities, all that stuff, like to get over here or finish him, I really do hope, you know, we get more of the video game vibe in this in the upcoming movie. So I mean, I do hope that if there is a third Mortal Kombat movie, it's either like the story of the games, or something that goes real, or another origin film of a key character. And then another thing I'm hoping in a weird way is that the guy who plays Cole in the 2021 film becomes the new Scorpion. And then there's some, like, revelation of a new Sub-Zero. So, on that, I'm probably going to get done with this video, mainly because I do need to get to bed pretty soon, and I have quite a couple of key errands to run before I go to work tomorrow. So I just hope I can get my butt to bed early. But to recap here, regarding the Mortal Kombat 2 movie that's coming out in October, I hope that almost all of that trailer makes it to the final cut. And because that is my biggest worry, I hope to see the guy who plays the character Cole, he becomes the new Scorpion. We see a new Sub-Zero. I just hope we get to see, like, really, like, the Mortal Kombat video games vibe in the movie. And as for whether one should see this in the cinema or stream it at home, and I base this off of the viewing from 2021, the 2021 film, this one, you probably have to see this in the cinema in person, because the experience from the cinema is a lot better as opposed to streaming it from home. And that's all I have in this video. So with Wolfie here signing off, I will catch you all on the flip side.